Congrats, it's time to wean. What do we do with all that stuff? Let's go over everything. We have our pumps. So pumps do usually last from child to child. I have used my first pump with all 3 of my kids. So you absolutely should keep it if you're attempting or going to try to have more children. Get yourself some sort of container. It does not matter the size. The size should be where it will fit in your house and how much stuff you have to store, okay? So just get yourself some sort of bin, do it a little more classily than me, and store it away. In this bin, let's see what else we're gonna put. Pumps can go in there. Let's take a look at the parts to our pump, okay? Number 1, we have tubing. Throw it away. Tubing, it's lasted you. Technically, could it sit in a bin? Anything silicone, I suggest throwing out and replacing before your next baby. Silicone is not hard plastic. Stuff happens to it. I would just throw it out. So the tubing, we're going to throw away. Next, we have our backflow protectors. Okay, technically, this is silicone and this is hard plastic. So I throw out this and keep these. If you want to just throw these out, they look grimy, they look like they've been through a lot. Just throw it out. Thankfully, all of these parts are pretty inexpensive, so you can buy them again with your next baby. But if they seem okay, like you bought them towards the end of your journey, you're welcome to sanitize them, sterilize them, whatever. Put them in the bin. The silicone, we're throwing out. Duck bills. Duck bills are silicone. Trust me, you probably got your use out of them. So unless they are literally new in the box, like this, these are waiting for my next baby in the bin. If it was used even once, I am the most lenient gal when it comes to this stuff. I would personally throw it out. Flanges and bottles. So remember, anything hard plastic technically can stay. I have saved my flanges and my bottles from my first, definitely second kid. Sometimes if they started to look a little bit worn and, wear and tear, I will throw them out. Otherwise, make sure they are sterilized, bone dry, and then you put it in the same, I'll leave it to bin. And this is also going to go in the airtight bin. If you use any sort of cushions in a wearable pump, I would throw these out as well. Again, thankfully they're pretty inexpensive. They're not so hard to replace and they are silicone. If you feel like you really didn't use them so much, you could keep them, but I just feel like silicone really needs a break. Now, speaking of wearable pumps, if you have a wearable pump that has a silicone insert, I would obviously keep this. Let's just make sure to clean it. Let's just make sure that it is fully dry, and then you can go ahead and keep it. And you know what? The next time you take it out, if it looks nasty, you'll see you can replace the silicone parts, but I know that these are a little bit more expensive, so I would be more lenient into keeping these. Also, if you have the cushion that goes inside. What do we do with bottles? Again, if the bottle looks kind of gross and you know that you'll be able to replace it, you can just throw them out and get new ones with the next baby. Personally, I will sterilize them, make sure they're dry, put them in my bin. Same thing with the top. Now, regarding the nipple, it's really up to you. This one, I'm looking at it, I really should have thrown it out. It's like super cloudy and a little bit it just looks a little nasty. I wouldn't want to give this to a newborn. So I'm going to throw this out and get new ones for the next baby. But if you know that you aren't able to do that, then you can go ahead and clean it and make sure that it's okay. But again, it is silicone, so that would be up to you if you want to keep this or not. Now that we talked about the actual pump stuff, what about the rest of your pump stuff? Does all of this stuff need to just sit in your closet now to your next baby? Absolutely not. Let me tell you about everything. Breast pump bag. Whatever bag you have, it is now your diaper bag. It absolutely can double. If you have the kind of bag that has these big pockets, these pockets are the best. I have one pocket for diapers and wipes, one pocket for either snacks or change of clothing, and then everything else can go inside. It's really helpful after the fact as well. Cooler bags. It's still a cooler bag. Remember, I know it was bought maybe for breast milk, but it's still a cooler bag with an ice pack. So number 1, you can take your kids' bottles, sippy cups, and everything in here. And it might fit into your pump bag, it might not. It is still a cooler bag. Fill it up with snacks, take it where you need to go. I cannot live without wet dry bags. Now, these are amazing for pumping, but they're also amazing for everything else. Anytime you have wet clothing, you can put it in here. Bathing suits, your kid had a blowout, you don't have a bag, you can stick everything in here. Now, obviously, if we're using this for soiled clothing, you're not gonna then wanna go ahead and reuse it for breast milk, so just make sure to make a note about that. But a wet, dry bag keeps wet inside and dry on the outside. We love these in my house. And lastly, the Series Chill. The Series Chill, yes, is a breast milk thermos, which can turn into your new water bottle. And it has a little tea infuser over here. They make this attachment, and it's literally a water bottle now. You also can stick popsicles inside here and take it to the beach. And now it's time to celebrate. You have reached such an incredible milestone. Whether you made it 1 day or 1 year, you should be so proud of yourself. Go get yourself something nice. Go celebrate in whatever way is meaningful to you. You did it.